Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bastion. How you doing? Well, I got a small order from LandBigFish. They did have their President's Day sale, which I think they extended, but I think it might be over now. But now I saw they had some spring sale thing going, so they just have, they're awesome because they have one sale right after another. But I got a couple of things that are old, really old baits that I haven't thrown in a long time that I wanted to get a couple new ones. I was going through my drawers over there to try to find some of them to throw next spring. Well, this spring, if it ever gets here. And then a couple baits I just want to get stock up on, and a newer bait that I just started getting, and I'll show you guys. But the first thing I grabbed, I kind of wanted to stock up on some suspend dots. Now, if you guys have never used suspend dots or suspend strips from Storm, this is how you can, if you want to get your jerk baits or whatever to kind of suspend a little more, get down a little deeper. These lead dots, you could just stick them on the bottom of the baits, and that's what they're for. So I got some of the strips, and I just stocked up on some of the strips and some of the dots. And if you guys have never seen these, I'm gonna get this out for you. But really, it's just, they're just lead. They're lead stickers. They're like little dots. And the other ones are the strips. You just peel it off. Peel off the little yuck on there. Peel that off and stick it on the bottom of your jerk bait. And then you kind of just decide, you know, as you fish your bait. I mean, you could use it for any, you know, crankbait type that you want. I tend to, when I use these, more for jerk baits. But you can try one, then try two, try three. You know, you can try the strips, which are longer, and just see how the bait reacts, and to if it gets to the depth you want it. So it's a good option if you want to, you know, fish a little deeper. Put that right up. Get that bait down a little further down. Get it to suspend a little better. Maybe it's you know, floating too much, slow floating up too much for you. And you can you know, try, like I said, try one, try two, and just see. And it actually, you know, puts a little flash on the bottom of the bait. It's not gonna like ruin your jerk bait. But I just wanted to get some more of those for this season. So that's the strips, and that's the dots, suspend dots from Storm. So I got two of those, one of each pack. I did grab some of the KVD, his drop shot baits. This is the Strike King half shell in that siren color. I think I saw one of his shows he did. He's got that new TV show, and they were throwing this bait, and I was like, yeah, I have some of them, but I don't have that many. And he was really strong on that color for drop shotting. So I was like, all right, they're on sale. I'll grab a couple. So I don't think I had the half shell, so I grabbed that. So if you've never seen the Strike King half shell, it's a really good drop shot bait. So it's kind of like, if I remember correctly, it's almost like, I forget what bait it is. Maybe it's a tube that's like cut in half. It's kind of like that idea, or like a creature bait. I forget what it was. And then all of a sudden they're like, wow, fish are eating these. Let's just make a drop shot bait out of them. But this, supposedly this color is very, you know, I've used it sporadically and done okay, but I figured, well, what the heck. KVD's using it, I'll give it a shot. So I just got a couple of that color, that siren color. There's the half shell. I got it in the Magnum Dream Shot, the bigger Dream Shot, which I did not have. I don't have a lot of the Magnum ones. But if you like a bigger drop shot bait, you can even throw that thing on a Ned. I almost wonder if I could throw that on a hover rig. That might actually work pretty good. But that's the big Dream Shot. There are other drop shot baits than the flatworm out there, everybody. Try to get it back in there. It has a little clamshell in there so the bait stays flat. I'm just making sure I put it back in right. And I'm totally not putting it in right. Big bait. That's a 5-inch bait. I forgot how big that was. Big size. And then all of a sudden, then I got the regular Dream Shot size, which is 4.25 inch in that siren color. So I just went 3 with the siren color. Give it a shot. I have one pack. I don't remember which one of these that I had, but I didn't have the other one, so I figured give it a shot. But there's I use that size Dream Shot more often. That big, I don't use the big one that often. I could even you know, do that more on a power shot. But got 3 of those in that siren color, which is like a pearl chartreuse, which I can see the smallies, you know, killing or wanting to kill. I did grab 2 more of the Headhunter Firetail Craw crankbait. This is the copper craw, and this is kind of like your you know, your early season rock, you know, like the rock crawler style bait. And I heard some good things about it. I got a couple. I haven't thrown them yet. It's a very inexpensive bait, so the hooks may not be great. They seem pretty tacky. I'll give it a shot. With does have some, you know, a slight rattle onto it, but it even kind of has like almost the same body as a rock crawler. But this one dives, I think it says 9 to 14. This is the bigger size. Yeah, this is the large size. Firetail Craw is the bait, and it's copper craw color, and that's Headhunter baits. It's Rick Clun's involved with them. So I think this is their version of the rock crawler, and I heard some good things about it, so I'll give it a try. This is like the 3rd one I've got. I haven't thrown them yet, so this spring I will be. And I also got the same bait in the avocado craw. I kind of like that crayfish pattern on the bill. So this is what they call avocado craw, and as I said, this is the large size. So this guy, the copper one, is kind of like pretty much like a copper bait. It's got some of those black lines on the side, some orange around the eyeballs, some orange on the table. Little orange on, more of just like that copper color on the top and the bottom. This guy's got a lot of different color on him. I like the red on the bill. It's kind of cool. The green and the black on the top, the red on the side, the orange around the ends there. So I'll be looking forward to trying these out. See how they work. Now the hooks might need to be upgraded. We'll see, but they seem pretty good to start out. If they start to get beat up, I'll change them out. But that's the Headhunter Firetail Craw, large size, in avocado craw. And really kind of the reason I made the order, I saw saw these on there for really cheap, and plus they were on sale. So I have not thrown the Strike King Mini King in a long time. Now, you know me, I love big baits. Most of the time I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce to 3/4 ounce spinnerbait. But back in the day, as I like to talk about, this used to be absolutely killer in the springtime when that water's cold and fish weren't really chasing anything yet. But these little spinnerbaits, and I was going to go through the drawer I have over there that has some of these in there, but they were kind of in bad shape. And then I saw that they still made it, which was good to see. And I said, I got to get me a few of these. Now, this is only an 1/8 ounce bait. But when I throw this in the springtime, I don't just chuck it out and just wind it back. There's a couple things that I do to modify it to make it a cold water bait that fish really want to chomp on. And this one here is just, I'll show you it on this guy. They don't have the colors on here, but that's just like a white color. I figured they'd have the colors on, but unfortunately they don't. Let me see if they have the colors listed on the packaging list. Yeah, but I'm not going to know which one's which. I would assume this is just white. So if this thing can be killer. And I'll show you a little trick that I learned back in the day. I don't remember who taught me this. I don't remember where I saw it, if it was a TV show or just somebody meant. It was back in the day. We would take these little guys here. It's a little 1/8 ounce spinnerbait with that little blade on there. And this makes a lot of vibration. But the key is to take a piece of pork, and this is a white super pork, and make that as my trailer. And I think it kind of might be the pork swimming around that really is the attractor, and that the blade is certainly an attractant, but the pork going through the water. Now when you throw super pork, this is a white super pork. This is just a regular frog size super pork. Now when you first take them out, if you guys have used pork, you can get pork again. But if I'm going to throw a white spinnerbait, I really like a piece of, and usually I use white. So if you can find white pork out there somewhere, or have any, it's killer. Now what I do, of course this is going to be a mess. What I do is, whenever I put pork on a hook like this, I don't want it to run down the hook. So what I'll do is I'll take a little piece. This is just a stick bait. I'll just take a piece of that stick bait and just chop it off. That should be enough size there. And then I'm going to run that on the hook. And you can use any worm you want. A lot of times I'll use like a power worm, just because it's got some power baits in it. So I'm going to run that worm over the hook there. So now the pork is not going to go all the way up to the end there and get flopped around. Now I can put that pork on, and it'll stay in place where I want it. Now, as far as it can go there. Now this pork, as it's in the water, these legs will start to move. Now they're stiff now because they've been in the jar. But once it's in the water for a while, it'll start to move, and they'll get a nice action. And this is going through the water. You've got these tails kicking of this, and then you've got that little bit of flash from this guy. And a little mini spin like this with a piece of pork as a trailer. When that water's cold, right after ice out, as soon as you can go fishing, not much is working. Or the fish are just a little, they're still a little, lethargic. This can be killer. And it's something I've gotten away from in the spring the last few years. And I said, I gotta get those back in the spring, because, I'm throwing a jerkbait, and sometimes early in the spring, they're not even on the jerkbait bite yet. Sometimes the only thing they want is a hair jig that's that early in the season. But those little spinner baits, those little mini kings with a piece of pork on there can be killer. So if you don't have pork, you can find it, it's out there. I think pork is the way to go. So if you can get a pork trailer of some type, do it. If you can't find pork anywhere, you don't want to mess with it, it's too, I get it. You could just use a white grub, a small white grub, but it's not as effective as pork. So if you can find pork, especially white, somewhere, I know that, Uncle Josh is making it again. I do see it listed places to place. So, definitely give it a try. It's killer. It's killer. A little piece of pork on that spinnerbait in the springtime when that water is cold. This little mini king bait. It's great. It's a great way to fish. I only throw this on spinning setup, maybe 8-pound line, and just slow roll it really slow roll it. And that pork's going through the water. And what's nice about pork is you can load it up with scent, and then you've got the scent coming out, and you've got the action of that pork going along there, right along the bottom as you're slow rolling that mini king spinnerbait, and you get that little bit of flash on top, just a little bit of flash to attract the bass. So sometimes in the springtime, it's a way to go. So that's why I got these. So this is the white one. I'll try to let you know what these colors are. I think that's white. Is that 72? I'll do my best to match. Yep, 72. So I might be able to get through this. 112 is sun perch. That's the sun perch color. These are like $2 or something, I think, on sale. So they're not expensive. This one is King, the chartreuse in white. Let's see, that's 105. That is Fire Tiger. So like I said, usually I'll use white pork. I do have green pork too. Sometimes I'll use that when I'm throwing like these chartreuse ones. I might throw a green one on there. But a lot of times I'm just using white, to be honest with you. Let's see, this one is 74. That is silver head, clear silver red skirt. I think that's what it stands for. Not sure. This one is NK70, which is chartreuse. I'll just look at that and tell you that one. It looks like chartreuse too. That's 93, which is chartreuse lime. And that one there with it is probably going to be 71, which is chartreuse blue. Chartreuse and blue. Clear, I guess. I'm not sure. But I think that's the best of the colors. So whatever, you guys can get the colors you like. I just grabbed the chartreuses and the whites, pretty much. That's what I grabbed. But I'm telling you, give it a shot. Give it a shot. Don't be, I don't want to say intimidated, but shy away from use. If you can get pork, if you can get it, don't shy away from using it, especially when that water's cold. Especially when that water's cold. That's when it really shines. It looks very natural in the water. It gives off scent. It has great action. And especially when that water's cold, early in the season, it's in the 40s, high 30s maybe. Nothing much is going on. That can get you bit. A mini king spinnerbait like that with a pork trailer can be killer. So that's my tip for the day. Give that a shot in the spring when that water's cold, and let me know how you do. As I said, it's a small bait. It only weighs an eighth of an ounce. I don't know, by the time I get the pork on there and the little piece of worm on there, I don't know, is it a quarter ounce? Maybe. I don't even know if it's that heavy, because it's very light. So, you know, 8-pound fluoro on a spinning setup and just slow roll it will do it for you. I don't throw it on casting equipment, but there's been times when I've done this in the spring where it's been dead, and I've actually watched fish come up behind it and just hammer it. It's something about that pork just moving through the water and that little bit of flash, It doesn't overwhelm them. It doesn't, you know, make them skittish, and they'll smack it. So give it a try. If you're looking for something else to try in that springtime, take out this chartreuse one here, show you. That springtime bite, when it's a little tough. And even a chartreuse one like this. Like I said, I have green pork, different types of avocado pork that, you know, the color of the pork to me, I don't think is that big a deal. A lot of times I'm using white. But this little guy with a pork trailer, you will see videos this spring of me doing this, definitely. It's something I've gotten away from, and then I was going through my stuff and I saw some of the old ones and kind of rusted up. I gotta look for more there and see if there's any of the other older ones. But then when I saw they still made it, it's like, oh, cool. You're like, with the sale that was going on, or $2 or something like that, what the heck, I'll get them. So don't sleep on this little guy. It can be killer. I will definitely have that tied on this spring the first time that I go out, which I don't know when that will be. I'd love to say March, but I'll put it to you this way. If I'm fishing around here in March, the weather's going to get really nice. So I'll put it to you that way. I don't anticipate that, but if it happens, I will be very happy, because that means the weather makes a big turnaround here in the next 5 weeks and really gets nice if lakes are going to actually be open, or the river. But whatever. It'll be open when it's open. But just to kind of throw everything back together, the Strike King Mini King spinnerbait with a pork trailer, excellent. Give it a try. Some of these different colors I grabbed. I just went kind of with the chartreuses and the whites. Those are the ones I throw the most. They had a couple other different colors. I mean, I don't even know if the skirt color makes that much of a difference, quite frankly. If you have one there you see, if you decide to try these, I don't see any of these that wouldn't be good. But I got those. I got 7 or 8 of them. I got 2 of the the Headhunter Firetail Craw crankbaits. This is the Avocado Craw. This one is the Copper Craw. Pretty cool looking baits. I'm looking forward to trying them this year. Heard some good things about them. An inexpensive option. And then some of the Strike King Perfect Plastics, the KVD, the Dream Shot, and the Siren Color. I did the Siren Color on all of them. The 4.25-inch Dream Shot, the big 5-inch Dream Shot, and then the half shell in that Siren Color I wanted to try. And then I just stocked up on some suspend strips. Keep those jerk baits a little deeper in the spring if I need to. Easy way to do it. And then I got the dots. So if you only want to get it down maybe a little, the dots are an easy, you know, a little bit less. If you want to put more, get a little heavier, the strips are a good option too. But I haven't gotten these in so long. I think I've got just a couple of little dots left, so I figured I'd grab them while they're on sale. And they're from Storm. So if you're looking for them, Storm does the suspend dots and suspend strips. But that's it, guys. So that is my LandBigFish order. As I said, that was their President's Day sale. They had a good sale going on. Now I looked today and they have some spring sale going on. So I can't keep track of all these sales, and the tackle warehouse sale may still be going on. I'm not sure, but that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Any questions on any of these baits I'm showing you? You know, let me know. If you have experience with any of them, like I said, I have not thrown this headhunter bait yet. It looks great. I've got like 4 of them now. I'm looking forward to trying them out. And how you guys like that siren color from Strike King. But, you know, let me know. So, thanks for watching. Please like and share the video. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And I will see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.